Joined this evening by Ottawa County Sheriff Bob Bratton, and we're here to talk ice, and specifically ice safety. We're coming up on a year of the big incident out on the lake near your area where a bunch of fishermen were trapped on the ice while they were fishing. It got warm, the wind blew right, and the ice started to crack, and there were some incidents out there. Coming up on a year later, are people getting the message that ice is not safe to be out on?
People are getting the message to be a little bit more cautious when they go out there. The incident was huge that we had a year ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, my opinion, I've let it be known in that, and other people have. So it's getting out there. We're not against ice fishing. What we'd like to see is just a little bit more common sense when you go out there, because obviously these things are huge and a cost factor. Just tremendous what went out in just that one rescue alone.
And the numerous agencies, not only your area, but the Coast Guard, and I forget how many jurisdictions there were.
We had 22 emergency service organizations that was there. They came into the park. I had to close down the park literally, not to punish the ice fishermen, to get back. We had ambulances, we had rescue squads, we had command vehicles, we even had some small fire trucks. Toledo sent out their dive team. You had all this equipment in there, and keep in mind, what if they had to leave the park in an emergency? They're going to go tearing out red light and siren. So I wanted the traffic to a minimum.
So, and it was a combination of all those factors, and then the safety factor as well. I mean, I think that you make a good point that you're not against fishing, but to be smart about it, and not to compare it, but we had that tragedy a couple of weeks ago with the kids that passed away in the ice, and it's a difference if you have kids there as opposed to adults who should have better sense to know what they're doing out there.
And that's exactly right. The children, young, just out being kids, if you would, unfortunately went through the ice. We all know what happened with that. When you have adults, you would hope that they would look at the ice, look at the temperature, look at the winds, make some type of an assessment. But I think what we had that day, it was getting out there to fish. After I sat down, talked to some of these fishermen, you know what? They admitted they shouldn't have been out there, okay? But it was either their last weekend they could get off work, they made plans for that weekend, they pushed it. And they went out onto the ice.
Now, are you seeing fewer ice fishermen this season, about the same, or are you seeing people use their heads a little bit more?
We're seeing a little bit of both. We've had some weather where in the area of Put-in Bay, in the area of Catawba Island, we've had some fishermen out there. They're looking at things, they're monitoring it. Weekend or two ago, we had a little break in the weather. We didn't have as many out there. So I think we are seeing some common sense being applied, and that's great. We want, if they want to go out there, but you got to keep one thing in mind: no one will ever tell you the ice is safe.
No ice is safe.
No ice is safe.
That's
the United States Coast Guard, your emergency services. Wasn't too long ago, there was a training exercise in Rossford. One of the things they said, the ice is never safe. So are we sending a mixed message out there once in a while? I don't know. I've come to the conclusion ice rescues are probably going to go on after I'm no longer sheriff.
Pretty good chance.
It's going to be there. But if we can get people to think, that's the big thing. Just think when you go out there.
All right, Sheriff Bob Bratton, thank you very much for your time. And that is this evening's Talk Back.